instruments that are used by the financial system to actually make payments and all that. And that's for me. That for me. Without coming to your ethics as lawyers and all that. That for me. He should resign just on that basis because he is not capable.
This is first round. We'll come to round 2 and round 3 and round 4. Maybe when your colleague speaks, it will also bring some other matters into the fray. But before I come to Michael, so I'll call you Nia, I'll call him Michael, so that at least there's... Yeah. I'll call you Abi. So let Anan Abi. I don't know whether you are Anan Abi too. Or Abi Anan. The code of conduct of lawyers in Ghana, specifically Rule 34 of the legal profession, into bracket, Professional Conduct and Etiquette Rules, 1969, LI 613, states that, quote, a lawyer shall not directly or indirectly communicate with or interview a witness whom he knows to be under the instructions of another lawyer without the consent of the other lawyer. This rule is aimed at preventing lawyers from tampering with witnesses or influencing their testimony, and to maintain the integrity of the legal process. It is important to note that this rule applies to witnesses who are already represented by another lawyer, and not to witnesses who are not represented by any lawyer. It is worth mentioning that the rules of professional conduct for lawyers in Ghana are governed by the General Legal Council, which is responsible for regulating the legal profession in Ghana. The simplest explanation to this is that there is a code of conduct which governs the conduct of the whole legal profession, right? And how people must conduct themselves and things like that. Specifically, Rule 34 points out the fact that if you are a lawyer in a particular case, under no compulsion, whatever, or under no circumstance, really, must you engage the other witnesses, whether directly or indirectly. Doing so would mean that you have violated Rule 34. And the rule says that the reason why this is so that lawyers will not coerce witnesses to tamper with evidence or to influence the witnesses. And so anytime you are dealing with a witness who has a lawyer, if you want to engage the witness, you have to engage the witness through their lawyer, right? So you cannot at all engage the witness directly. That's what the rule says. But so let me come to you, bro, Mr. Abi. Let's look at this whole, give us a proper background and overview of this whole brouhaha and the conduct of the issue, because I've seen and read articles where people are seeking to justify this unjustifiable.
On what basis?
I mean, on the basis that this was not an advice to the witness to go and perjure himself in court, because going to lie under oath in court is perjury.
Precisely.
Now, that's a criminal offense. So you're asking somebody to go and commit a criminal offense. In fact, we're also asking somebody.
He's aiding and abetting.
Aiding and abetting. Absolutely. So I just want you to look at the matter. I think that the fundamental issue, or the first point of search, really, is why the AG engaged Mr. Jakpa, who is an interested party in the matter, who has a lawyer, and whose lawyer could have been contacted. I think let's start from that premise, and then you can take it from there.
Well, thank you very much, Kwame, and good morning to our viewers and my colleague panelist. Well, the specific question on why the AG engaged Mr. Jakpa, I mean, it would be difficult for me to sit here and pretend to go into the mind of the AG to understand why he did that. But it is so easy for any observer to describe the conduct of the AG and situate that within a certain context. Now, You just read, for instance, one of the rules governing their, profession, and clearly so, that you should not, as a prosecutor or a lawyer in a case representing a client, contact the other, client from the opposing side without the lawyer on notice, the lawyer for that client on notice, simply put. Now, I listened to the PR of the, I don't know whether it's for the ministry, Wilberforce, and he mentioned that, well, there have been several instances, I think about 4 different instances where JACPA never had a lawyer. But he failed to inform us whether at that material moment where the AG engaged JACPA, or at every material moment the AG engaged JACPA, it was clear that JACPA at that material moment was without a lawyer. Or whether or not even the AG may have asked JACPA, are you represented by a counsel this time around? So I know I can contact the counsel. Indeed, it should even be a matter of record to know whether the witness is represented by a counsel at that particular time. Precisely. You should know precisely, and not to say I would call the witness and find out from the witness. But he went ahead. But you see, we can only do an analysis of his conduct and then be able to, as I mentioned, situate it within a proper context. I listened to an audio making the round, though I must also state that the AG's office, I don't know whether it was Wilberforce or the NPP as a political party, mentioned that those tapes making the round may have been doctored. Now, we all know that a permissible inference is that when you say a tape has been doctored, then you may have, or you may be in possession of an original tape, which can actually make the case or support your case that this version of the tape which is making the round is doctored. So it is, of course, the duty of the one making the allegation that, listen, this tape you are all listening to in a public domain is doctored. But in the tape, and to the extent that we haven't received any counter tape to, of course, counter the argument that, listen, all that is going on, all these tapes you guys are listening to are doctored, we may do what we have. And, of course, premise our conversations on if indeed it is the case. In that audio, you heard the AG, and I don't think anybody can tell me that that wasn't the voice of the AG. We know the AG, we know his voice, really. And that even is contrary to what I was told Wilberforce once said, that the AG has never, in the course of the engagement, contacted the witness without putting the lawyer for the witness on notice. But granted that, the AG in the audio mentioned that, well, I don't know whether, for instance, you are even recording me or not. That came as a shock, instructive. Why would the AG be bothered about the fact that there may be the possibility of being recorded by JACPA? What is he thinking in terms of wanting to conceal, and wouldn't want a third party to be privy to whatever conversations and the content of the conversations thereof? So clearly, that statement from the AG that, well, I don't know whether I'm even being recorded or not, for me amounts to some form of you knowing personally that, listen, this tangent on which you find yourself with the witness may not be an acceptable tangent, may perhaps scratch the lines of the ethical rules as governs your profession. But clearly, he made that statement. Again, in the same audio, like Lee mentioned, he sought to ask JACPA to pretend to be sick, and for that matter, submit a medical excuse to the court in order to aid the process. So I was like, clearly it's like, let me coach this guy how the process should go, and ultimately go in my favor. And that came to me as a shock. And we are not talking about no less a lawyer than the Attorney General of the state. And you see, this to me brings to mind the broader issue of our criminal justice system. When we single out the AG and want him to discuss his conduct in this particular matter, I think we may not be doing justice to the matter. This rather should focus our minds to the entire criminal justice system. Now, we know, and as most of you lawyers say, that justice is blind. What that means is very simple. That the process of adjudication must be unbiased, must be objective. One should not be able to tell the end. It is only the court that has been empowered. I mean, counsels on both sides would make their case, but the court would so determine which, to their minds, is closer to the truth and must be upheld. There again, Wilberforce mentions in one of his interviews that, oh, the AG engaged J.A.K.P.A. because the AG only admonished J.A.K.P.A. to speak the truth. I don't think it lies with the AG or any counsel for that matter to say, I want to advise the witness to speak the truth. It is the duty of the court to so determine and place a verdict whatsoever. Allow him to lie if he wants to lie. Allow him to commit perjury. He is told the court on oath, under oath, that listen, I'm coming to speak the truth. You, the AG, of course, know the consequence of lying under oath. So why would you take it upon yourself, a duty to wanting to advise the witness to speak the truth in order to aid your case? And when you think in that frame, then it connects to an entire perspective of the case, which has to do with the allegations of some form of persecution going on.
Right.
And for me, that becomes another major issue. Because already, when you look at all the research findings, particularly in connection to our judiciary and how we administer justice in this country, the trust of the people in our judicial system by the day is dwindling. And so when you have all these things happening in a single case, clearly there is a need for an action to be taken. Any reasonable man on the street, I am sure, the mate to the driver on the trot driver on this street, not the driver's mate, I mean, would, presented with these facts, clearly come to the simplest conclusion that something untoward is happening. We are minded that the case is sub judice. It is a matter before the court now yet to be finally determined. And so we won't go into the merits of the case. But again, using the reasonable man's standard, when you look at all these things going on, clearly there is something wrong somewhere. How do we move from here? Must we allow the court to continue with its processes? Must we invite government, and by that I mean any branch of government that we think can bring justice, because this is an attack on our entire criminal justice system as we speak. All these things happening clearly will make the woman selling cocoa on the street always walk without thinking. But listen, we told you, it's always like match fixing. That is what happens. When I have a case as a Ghanaian, a tax-paying Ghanaian, I do not trust the judiciary because I may not have what it takes to go through this process. I think the call for a parliamentary inquiry is apt. Yes, the public is interested. It's becoming a public interest case, and I don't think it must rest within the executive for them to say yes. The mere fact that it's a matter of high public interest would want, and so I was caught thinking, and you may help. You are the lawyer here. So there is some allegation on the head of the Attorney General now, the Chief Justice now. And when you look at the event, clearly the conduct of the Attorney General, the Minister for Justice, suggests one of a regime Attorney General or Minister of Justice. So it's more of what the executive wants to realize, what the executive wants to achieve. Maybe to score political goal, maybe to, and again, I was like, so prior to the 2016 elections, all the corruption allegations and, I mean, all those cases, the only case one thinks you can clutch on in order to make a case politically, to score a political goal, should be this ambulance issue, where the issues are even mixed up and clearly resulting in an attack on the entire criminal justice system of our country because of a political objective one wants to achieve. I would think that, or may suggest, that Parliament should get involved in this. We should look at it from the perspective of, and you see, there's been a number of allegations. When you even leave the realm of allegations, we've had some serious research work done by serious academics. I remember Raymond Atugwa, for instance, where he talked about research work he did on highly political cases that go to the court, and where or how these cases normally end. And usually these cases, from his research work, when the case is before a panel, let's say at the Supreme Court, or before the court largely, when you look at the judges on the bench, dealing with the case. This is a research work which was done by the good old Professor Atuguma. The verdict, the result, usually tends to tilt the way of the appointing authority who may have appointed those judges on the to the bench largely. And for me, it means that we've had lingering issues as far as our criminal justice system is concerned. Maybe with what is happening now, this is the opportune time for us to say, listen, let's have a parliamentary, let the people's representatives in Parliament be seized with this mandate to engage in some form of inquiry. We want to be, it's not about the AG anymore. It's about the system that must reassure us as Ghanaians that we have a system that is fair, we have a system that is not manipulated, we have a system that can't be put at the behest of always the appointing authority in order to pursue their interests, their inordinate ambitions whatsoever. So for me, it's more of the larger, broader issues of having a system that responds to the interests, to the aspirations, to the fears of Ghanaians. And I am sure that me seated here, everybody's getting worried that what kind of justice system are we gradually building? And for me, this is the right time for Parliament to step in.
Well, let me come back to you again. But before then, let me remind viewers that we are streaming live on Facebook, facebook.com/Pan-African Television, and also we are on YouTube. Mr. Abbey just dealt with the matter nicely, looked at it from different perspectives. I think I need to come back to you, Mr. Annan, on this matter again. For most of us, and for many other people, the argument is that all the matters which the AG has prosecuted must be looked into. because they do not trust that justice really was handed down. Most people feel that there may have been some one or two travesty plaguing, you know, the courts by reason of some association or otherwise with the AG, right? Particularly because some Supreme Court judge was mentioned in this matter, that a certain meeting was organized at the behest of the AG in the house of a Supreme Court judge. Now, you know, of course, a lot of people will be agitated and up in arms that, okay, does this mean that in most of the cases you actually have backdoor meetings with judges to determine the outcome of the matter even before the matter, you know, is fully and finally settled? So let me come to you, because you see, the way we are trivializing this matter, we think it's just this is the chief prosecutor of the country, a person whose office is defined in the Constitution, a person who is protected in the Constitution, an office that has been so designed for the purpose of ensuring the protection of the rights and liberties of the Ghanaian people. So if you find an individual occupying that office, you would want to believe that the person must eschew partisanship, okay, and robe onto themselves the principles of rule of law, the principles of abiding by the tenets of the laws, the principles of abiding by the provisions of the Constitution which give him the mandate, by protecting the rights and liberties of the people, and not to act in ways which would rather see people incarcerated. And also this craze and desire to always incarcerate people, where, you know, there can be some jojo and some agreements reached. Because and we are even told that, listen, the company that spearheaded this whole transaction is saying that, listen, how much? 2.6 million. Okay, we are willing to refund the money because we've realized that our name is being dragged in this, and we are a company that has been in operation for long. So one would have expected that if the AG is rather interested in protecting the public purse, you would have actually taken that offer to say that, okay, then bring the money. Case is settled, matter dies. So, but you are interested in prosecuting this. Now, secondly, the ambulances that we purchased with the Ghanaian money, for which reason you are prosecuting somebody for having caused financial loss to the state. We don't even know the whereabouts of the ambulances. We don't know whether some communities need the ambulances. Why don't you use the same energy to ensure that the ambulances are fixed? If you think that there's something wrong with it, fix it while the matter is still even, you know, pending in court. So these are some other angles where you know, we need to begin to look at and understand why all this is happening. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I would disagree with anybody who says that we should go back and look at almost every case that has been. It is like trying to dilute the issue at hand currently. Look, we will be entering into the realms of absurdity. We should be asking for is that, look, this is not right. What has occurred is not right. If indeed what had transpired and what we have heard are same. Two, it's also a form of awareness to people who have probably crossed his path, who feel that they were not treated well, to now come out and say, I was not treated well because of A, B, and C. Then we can look at it. But to say that we should open everything he has dealt with, it will be like diluting the issue at hand and taking away the essence of what we are talking about today.
Maybe not immediately.
Yes, not.
I mean, different people can go to court and seek to appeal the decisions that the courts have reached.
We have seen in many jurisdictions where crimes or whatever, some form of abuses have been committed, and for 10 years, 20 years, people don't speak up. Then all of a sudden they come up to speak up, and the courts do listen to them. Now, what I am saying is that, yes, fair. What we should be doing is to encourage people who probably might have been in the situation of Mr. Jakpa to actually come up and say that, look, I want this issue to be reviewed because this is what actually happened. I can point to this or that, and so we can look at the merit and demerit of each issue. But to bring all back, yeah, it makes sense under the. But I think it will be too much for us to deal with and say, oh look, let's look at everything that has gone on under him. So yes, I agree. People should be bold enough to come out and speak. We've all been in court one way or the other. We have experienced the court in many ways and all that, and sometimes it's weird. I have had a very bad experience in court when something which was not within my witness statement, and it is also not in the defendant witness statement, but the judge on the bench actually spoke about it. How did he get to know? You know, this is a country. Things do happen here. We cannot be oblivious to the fact that whatever we are hearing today, and if we have to be honest, whatever we are hearing today is the first of its kind. It might not have been an AG, but I have a feeling that such brokerage systems are going on all over our legal system, where people go behind to speak with judges, where lawyers go and speak to accused persons or defendants or plaintiffs in matters similar probably to this, you know, without actually going by the ethics. I think that it is also an issue with our legal system, where in other jurisdictions I am so much aware that best lawyers are lawyers that close the cases before the court, before going to court. You know, here we celebrate lawyers who make long arguments in court to convince judges to take a certain ruling, and we do not celebrate lawyers who would not go to court but would have the opposing lawyer have to bring his client, sit down and close the case, especially when it has to do with business. And that is why a lot of our businesses have collapsed in this country. One of the greatest threats to Ghanaian entrepreneurship is our legal system. And I will say this without fear or favor. I have known the first company in this country that was producing foams. And today, the foreign company that produces foam was buying foam from this company, which was a Ghanaian company.
Is it Roland Agambri's company?
No.
Okay. Which one is that?
Well, this is Ashanti Furnitures. When you go into commercial bank, most of the furnishing you see in there was made by them.
Okay. You said foams. I
Foams.
thought you said phones.
No.
Okay.
Foams. You know, this is a company that was doing so well under Nkrumah. You can imagine if this company was allowed to continue what they were doing without the legal tussles that occurred, and for that matter brought an end to such a wonderful entrepreneurship. They had to spend ages in court for nothing, for something that could have been closed before going to court, for something that the judge could have authorized that, look, these are brothers, these are whatever, go back, close the case and come to me. No, we allowed it to drag in court till the company was grind to a halt, and somebody else took that opportunity to make it his business. And today it is not in the hands of a Ghanaian. Why? Because of our legal system. That is what we should be more concerned about. No company wants to spend its time in court. So I agree when the company says that, look, let me pay it off and move away, save my name, because probably they will have businesses at other places, and this might not be good for them. Say, why will not the AG will not take that? I think the AG was very clear in the audio we had when he actually said that, well, it will be better if you say it this way in court. And the gentleman saying, no, it will be dishonest if I should do that and all that. And he says, all right, if that is what you think. It seems it is more punitive mindset that, look, let's punish somebody. And it is not really about protecting the coffers of this country and saying that let's rather retrieve whatever monies we have lost or stolen. I think the case is about causing loss, financial loss to the state. And so if you have a way to redeem that and not have any loss on the state, I think you should have welcomed that. But if you are not welcoming that and you are pursuing the punitive aspect of that and saying that give or say something in such a way and it will not affect you. But the guy was smart enough to say, yes, it might not affect me, but it will affect somebody else. And it will not be right, it will not be honest to do that. And that clearly tells you the mindset, you know.
Even when he tells the guy it will not affect you, that clearly isn't the case, because you are asking the guy.
No, I wanted you to conclude your submission and then I'll come to you. But let me conclude your submission on this matter and then I'll come to Michael.
So for me, I think we should take a second look at our legal system. And to step down from this, I would say that, is he the Minister of Justice as well?
Yes.
And what's the responsibility of the Minister of Justice?
I like that.
I want to know.
The irony of it. Abi.
So you see, you are a lawyer, and I know one legal scholar once said that in the matters of the adjudication of cases or administration of justice, justice must not only be done, but must be seen to be done, right?
But he added manifestly.
Precisely.
Seen.
Manifestly. Now, clearly, that speaks to the perception of the administration of justice. That, listen, in as much as you can come and tell me, oh, we've dealt with the issue, it's a fair issue, think about the processes as well. Think about how you go about the entire adjudication process, such that anybody observing from afar can sit and say, I think this was properly dealt with in a fair manner. You can't apply this principle to what is happening now and to sit comfortably and say, I think there is some form of fairness, particularly with the issue about meeting with judges. And I mean, it's a murky situation, really.
Smells.
And I think this is the point where we must all be concerned, and perhaps where I may disagree with Annan on the fact that it calls for a broader view and a broader introspection. I would look at it from a criminal justice perspective. That, and you even mentioned a number of cases that clearly may have gone wrongly, and people, particularly those in the business field. And again, coming to the issue of plea bargaining, I mean, the fact that one says that I want to trigger that may not necessarily mean that one may be
guilty of the offense.
Indeed. The law even states that one is innocent until proven guilty. But when you observe the letter from the AG's office, and I think they made us aware of the attempt at plea bargaining, which failed. For me, I thought that was more of trying to seek some political end. That even these guys, they tried it, wanting to, behind the scenes, to see how best we can amicably address this. But there again, when you look at it from the perspective from me, this is a company, a business entity. For all you know, that business entity may be in the process of receiving or finalizing a big deal somewhere. And then all of a sudden, matters about this company, a subject matter of litigation in Ghana, the company thinks about their goodwill. The company thinks about their image.
Let me ask this question. Has the AG ever terminated contracts which contracts have led to judgment debt being paid in recent times? Think about it. I'll look for it but proceed.
So companies are concerned because companies thrive on the goodwill they have. Oh, so this company, we know in terms of standards, they are good. This company haven't been engaged in any scandal or any corruption related subject matter in any. So companies would always want to say, you know what, let's meet and discuss this. If it's a financial issue, we can see how best to address this. It doesn't necessarily mean that indeed the accused persons in this case may have committed any wrong. But you saw the posture of that paragraph in the statement from the AG, seeking to suggest that because, of course, the accused knew that he may have committed the offense, the accused made the attempt to basically have some conversations behind the scenes to see how best this issue could be addressed. But it is never the case. We know it is more of the company that is concerned about their reputation, because that is what they thrive on. As businesses wanting to make profit, nobody would want to ask. And you see, there are organizations who seek for the services of these companies who are, in terms of standards and compliance, very, 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 very on the alert. So when they see any company having issues anywhere, or there is an issue in a court connected to this particular candidate, usually their policy will be that let's not have any dealings with this company. And particularly when we don't know how this case ends. So it is in the interest of this company, who may have been involved in the purchase of the ambulance, to see how best these issues are dealt with, so that it doesn't even travel further in the court of law. And clearly, Kwame, clearly something smells. Clearly something smells. And, well, the unfortunate thing is, it is now becoming a political issue.
Unfortunately.
It has been politicized now. And the moment this gets onto the political radar, you do not even get the opportunity.
Don't see a way clear.
Precisely. So everything now is in a mess, unfortunately. But I still insist that Parliament can come in here.
Very well. Good morning, Lawyer Dan. So I think the best thing to do by Godfrey Dame is to resign to save himself and his office, to give it some level of integrity. But I wonder why AG couldn't object to the allegations by Jakpa that fateful day in court. I also wonder why the NPP couldn't play the audio if they believe the NDC's audio is a doctored one. Let's not forget that Tuforsen alleged he cited documents on judgment to be passed on this case. It will be difficult for anyone to trust the judicial system per similar happenings over the years. I'm Anthony Hotter from Dowe Nyaningo Pram constituency. Thank you. This one also says, my able panelists, good morning. Why the AG is still not coming out to clear himself from the allegations from Mr. Jakpa, but rather the MPP party, which has sent itself to defend him. This is what we are witnessing in the country. Whenever the people in government do wrongs, the MPP as a party always defends them. Amos in Asin Fusu. Amas Obogobo in offense. So under this incompetent and wicked Nana Bawumia government, everything is possible. This is the first time an attorney general is caught red-handed, coercing a witness to just to put an innocent Ghanaian into trouble. Again, the recording confirms our long-held position on Godfrey Dame's notoriety for judicial manipulation against opponents of the Akufo-Addo and Bawumia regime. God will not forgive these people. Their days are numbered. John Paul says, Godfrey Dame's actions have proven beyond doubt have not only called into question his suitability for the role of an Attorney General, but also have eroded the trust in the integrity of the office. Some professional conduct, including proving conspiracies to fabricate charges and prolonged detention, represent a gross violation of legal and ethical standards. Such behavior not only undermines the principle of justice, but also threatens the rights and liberties of individuals as custodian of the law. All right, thank you very much. Your message is quite lengthy. Alhaji Hamza in Pig Farm says, good morning to you, my brother. In my humble opinion, Ghana at this moment needs serious prayers and God's intervention. In my humble opinion, I think the Attorney General is a danger to our democracy and the rule of law being practiced in this country. Truth be told, the AG has brought shame to himself, to his family, to the MPP party, and to Ghana as a whole. I advise him to resign or be sacked by the president. But I don't think that will happen under President Akufo-Addo based on his track record. The press conference held by the MPP yesterday was empty and so shameful, to say the least. According to the AG, the recording of Honorable Atuforsen's pleading to him to do the case, and I expected them to put it out yesterday. Why did the AG in the first place refuse to accept the 2 million euros from Deep Sea when he knows the country is broke? God have mercy. This one says, good morning to you, 𝐀𝐅𝐑𝐈𝐂𝐀. I think every case prosecuted by the AG of Edami must be looked into again. He may have used the same modus operandi to jail innocent people. Is it the reason why we are in some instances have had unanimous verdict? Edami must be sacked or interdicted. I even wonder how an AG doesn't know about a case he's prosecuting, but have to take tutorials from an accused person. Sir George Ato Brush, President of East Tanokrom Ifia constituency. Tomla in Mankranso says, so Edami and the MPP government have been securing judgments against their political opponent through judicial manipulation, coercion, and persecution. The cat is now out of the bag and the facts are out there. Indeed, no condition is permanent. Since God watches everyone and everything, this honorable Dami must be sacked and jailed. All right, let me do some Facebook messages as well, and then we'll move to the next topic. On Facebook, right, so seen it. This one says, good morning, 𝐀𝐅𝐑𝐈𝐂𝐀. I don't know what MPP communicators are trying to defend now. The law is very clear here, and the Attorney General has violated the law, and the law must take its own course. Attorney General must honorably resign and pave the way for thorough investigation. Edward Dugbaja says, this Akufo-Addo government is not empowered to improve the living standards of the Ghanaian people. They are here to make money and impoverish Ghanaians. We have to wake up and ensure no such criminal government comes into power ever again. This one is from Seydu John Paul. I think I've read your message already. Kucho Said says, good morning to you, 𝐀𝐅𝐑𝐈𝐂𝐀. With my regards to your team, please, one thing we have to understand is we now live with the devil. So they always have bad intentions. All right, thank you very much for your message this morning. Let's move on to the next topic, which has got to do with Martin Amidu's petition to the president, alleged petition to the president. Now it turns out that he didn't even write a petition to begin with. Let me start with you, Mr. Abi. You've not read the story? Okay. Really? I mean, Bless sent me these stories, and I've not even read the stories anymore. Really? I don't know all these stories that he's talking about. You know, it's quite. But then we can, activate the phone lines now and speak to her.
It's an interesting matter.
Yeah, it's an interesting matter. I don't have the facts, and I don't like to discuss matters when I don't have the facts. Yeah.
So is it the case that
the truth that I've not heard him speak?
Yes. Is it the case he's admitted that he?
I've not heard him speak. I don't know where this report is coming from. I don't know where this report is coming from, and it's interesting that I don't have the story to this. To this, I mean, it's quite depressing. That I'm here seated, and then most of the matters that I discuss, I know, I understand them, and I know them. You can't just ambush me with topics, and I don't know what you're talking about. And to be honest with you, we don't even have any evidence whatsoever to back this topic that you have given to us. Bless, if you are watching, bring us the topics. If you don't, let me activate the phone lines. People are watching. They will contribute to the conversation. But let me read a few messages whilst we activate the phone lines. Producers, please activate the phone lines now. This one says, good morning to you and your panelists. Bless, you can't ambush me like that with topics, honestly, because I don't know this one. I've never read it. No. He knows better. He should know better. Masai, even the African story, I didn't know. Yeah, Anyway, Good morning to you, 𝐀𝐅𝐑𝐈𝐂𝐀 and your panelists. Do you remember Mr. Chachukate's case during President Kufu? Oh, please stop calling the WhatsApp number. Same AG, same diabolic schemes. AG is a total failure. Josie from Roman Ridge sent in this one. Hi, Kwame. Thank you very much for good morning, Pan-African. Oh, sorry, where is it? Hi, Kwame. Thanks for discussing this. I'm watching you live from Sierra Leone. Randolph Dolphin sent in this one. Randolph, thank you very much for watching us from Sierra Leone. Please keep watching. Don't stop. Okay, please, can you stop calling the WhatsApp number? Mr. Host, the creeping culture of injustice in our criminal and legal jurisprudence is clear and present danger to our democratic system and society. For Attorney General and Minister of Justice, who is principal legal advisor to the government, please stop calling the WhatsApp number. Advisor to government to be seen engaging in this unprofessional and unethical conduct to aid. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name and where are you calling us from?
From Tamale.
From where?
Tamale. Please
proceed, but make it very short and snappy.
Okay. NPP has come to use us for their own pockets. And it's high time Ghanaians know what they are up to. So we are seeing all that they are doing. It isn't that we don't see. But they should bear in mind that this December coming, there's no way for Bawumia. That's all I have.
Thank you very much for your message this morning. You can also call us. The number is projected on your screens now. You can call us if you want to contribute to the conversation. This one is from, okay, so the message I was reading earlier is from Ernest Everlove Kwashi. Thank you, Ernest Everlove Kwashi, for your message this morning. I have a message from Nigeria. Let me try and read that one. This one says, good morning to you, Pan-African Television. I'm Philip Saki, and I'm watching you in Lagos, Nigeria. AG must resign. Thank you, Philip Saki. Keep on watching us from Nigeria. This one says, hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay. Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Please, can you speak up for me? Tell me your name and where you're calling me from.
Yeah. You see the AG.
What's your name, please? What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
Yeah, I'm calling from Tamale.
Okay, please go ahead.
My name is Idris.
Okay.
So you see, the man was teaching the AG. So the AG doesn't know how government business is. Because the AG2 is teaching the man the way that they should.
All right, thank you very much. When you call, you lower the volume on your TV set. If you call and you keep listening to yourself, we cannot talk to you. And the producers, please make sure that if someone calls and they keep listening to themselves, you take them off so others can get an opportunity to call. So when you call us, please don't listen to yourself, listen to the questions, and then we'll be able to talk to you. Right, so Jacob, sorry. Right, we have a caller on the line. Good morning. Hello?
Hello? Good morning. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Is this TV Africa?
Hello?
Am I talking to the panel? I want to contribute.
Please go ahead. What's your name?
My name is Noble.
You are calling us from?
I'm calling from Bichile, near Michel Camp.
Thank you. Please go ahead.
Yes, what I want just to say is that Ghanaians will make the mistake voting for Nana Akufo-Addo to become a president of Ghana. Because the man is somebody who does not do according to law himself. From his youngerhood, he did not even respect his own father. And that is how the man is. So it's a mistake that Ghanaians voted for this man to become a president. Thank you. I'm done.
I'm grateful. Thank you. You can also call us. The number is on the screen, 0302-791-326. I have a caller? Okay. Good morning to you, Kwame. The alarming rise of Ghana's national debt, the economic trajectory of Ghana under this new patriotic party government led by Akufo-Addo and Vice President Bawumia has become a matter of significant concern of many Ghanaians. Jacob Kluche from Afuega Catholic Hospital, Volta Region. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
May I know your name and where you're calling me from?
I'm
sorry?
Hello?
Yeah, please, what's your name?
Hello?
Hello, please, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Benjamin. I'm calling from Dansoma.
Benjamin, please proceed.
And so in fact, some of us, when we are listening to... Hello?
Yeah, we are listening. Please go ahead.
So some of us, when we are listening to people who we accuse with some respect that they are well educated, they make us look as if we don't have brain in our head any longer. To speak to the matter, I keep asking myself that the Attorney General, who's supposed to be Minister for Justice for all of us, is doing this. So now our perception that we have concerning our judicial system now is becoming clear that there are so many manipulations that is going on, that people are being sent to prison. We've been hearing those news, which, because they don't have what it takes to defend themselves, they'll be pushed to the wall. And I also ask myself, didn't the Attorney General, I'm not educated, if I tell you my level of education, you will respect what I'm saying, that the Attorney General have a spokesperson. How come the man made allegation in court and the Attorney General could not raise an injunction, how do you call it? How do you say it? That maybe what the man is saying is not true. He kept quiet. They came out from court and now they have to come and issue a statement. In that statement, everything is coming clear now that whatever they are saying is a lie. You remember Lawyer Martin people make some allegations that in this matter of coup, the Attorney General made a statement that he added that police officer just to make his case. Now, per what the tape that we are all listening to now, it is clear that the same thing is happening here. What Mr. Japa said in the communication that he's having with the Attorney General.
All right.
It is also evident that the Attorney General was asking the man to do something that he's not supposed to do, just to make his case.
All right. Thank you very much.
Fine.
When you call us,
I have a lot to say.
make it snappy so others can get the opportunity to also call in, because there are so many people who also want to call. But yeah, very, very valid point there. This one says, when the whole regime has the mindset of I must win all cases that I bring against persons that I want to prosecute or exact vengeance against, will bring shame like this. JS Fuseni in Tamale. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm well. Yourself?
Good morning. How are you? Good morning.
Please, if your volume...
I'm also fine. My name is Iraman. So I'm calling from Tamale.
Okay, go ahead. Please, let's take him off and bring someone else, because he's listening to himself and I can't do this because there are so many people. KOD, Prophet Elijah King said that Akufo-Addo will leave the presidency with shame and disgrace. Exactly what is happening. Stephen from Kwabenya sent in this one. This one also says, Kwame, as a former president, JJ said they are the same people. The difference, the color, NDC must take care. Never trust NPP person. All right. Good morning. Hello. Hello. Okay, let's pick another caller. Hello? When you call me, with the greatest of respect, lower the volume on your TV set and have the conversation with me. Because if you listen to yourself, we can't have a discussion. Okay, and there are so many other people who want to also call into the show. When you do that, you are blocking them. So let's do it snappy, quickly, share your views. I told you that now I'm doing the morning show with you, the viewers. Yeah? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
May I know your name and where you're calling me from, sir?
I'm Anas, calling from Tamale.
Go ahead. Yes, sir.
Long time no see.
Long time no hear.
It's okay. Good morning.
Morning.
Okay, I beg you, when you do, you pick my number, we'll talk later.
No problem.
I beg you, when you do, you pick my number, we'll talk later.
No
I'm
problem.
Anas from Tamale.
No problem.
Our AG, he's disgracing our country. Because one, he has shown that, this tape has shown that our AG is a local champion. But for international, he will go and they will just go and wallop us. But when he's in Ghana, he wants to show that he's a champion in Ghana. But when we go outside, the Walla party will come back. So Ghana was supposed to change our habits. Ourselves. It seems now the coup d'etat countries are better than even Ghana. The coup d'etat countries. They are better than Ghana and So we'll talk later. I won't talk much. Thank you very much.
We'll talk back door. Hey, so I said the man be local champion. Anyway, hey. Okay. As for this age, the least said about him, the better. From Piccolo in Akuse. This one also says, please, what is the main reason why the Attorney General can refuse to accept the refund of the beginning of the case? In the beginning of the case, Dramani from Tema sent in this one. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
May I know your name and where you're calling me from, sir?
Yeah, this is Mohammed Kakpaile.
Fantastic.
Reaching you from the Greater Tamale.
Fantastic. Go ahead, sir.
Yes. In fact, so these are the so-called we have the men.
But they have
MPP government. They have been crying that they have the men. So this is how they do. They don't even know their work. They have to everything in Ghana. What kind of people are that? They don't even know their work. They don't know what they are doing. Why is it that they are doing selective judgment? What of this is they pay callable money? The National Cathedral, how much do we spend? 58 million. Am I telling lies? This our COVID-19 money. Koku Menu, he say they pay the money for this, Where is the money? Why are they not talking about those ones? Why? So they should stop doing this thing. It's not the best. We are all there to help the country. So they prepare jailing somebody so that Ghana will lose money. These people say they will pay us the money and take the thing. You say no. So what do you want inside? What do we want?
Question for...
We are waiting for 2024. They will see their mistakes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Billy Bala says, listen, the most dangerous people in Ghana today is the AG and the EC. Johnny Kujo says, good morning to you, KOD. I don't know what MPP communicators are trying to defend now. The law is very clear here, and the Attorney General has violated the law, and the law must take its own course. Attorney General must honorably resign and pave the way for thorough investigation. Good morning to you, sir. Hello, good morning. Hello? Knock, knock. Anybody there? All right. Good morning to you, KOD. It's only Ghanaians that can help Ghana. Never again. Never, never, never again. That.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. May I know your name and where you're calling?
This is Mr. Ajimadako.
Okay, you're calling us from?
Yeah, I'm hearing about them. I'm listening to your conversation.
Yeah, where are you calling us from?
About Japa and the AG.
Where are you calling us from? Where are you
calling from Fanchiluko in the Greater Accra region.
Go ahead, sir.
Please, this is a simple matter. Yesterday, I spent my whole time to hear the interview from the NBC. And truly, even a pure water seller will know that what the cassette they play was correct. So please, let's all go to the truth. The truth is only one. What the AG was doing is wrong, or he has done was very, very wrong. There's no law that gives him that chance to do what he has done. So let's go to the law straight, what the law has said. We are all human. Everybody gets bet on his character. The word bet is a big letter, but you don't know. Bet, this person is like this, bet, that B-U-T. He's a good man, he's a good lawyer, he's intelligent, but this character alone has failed him. So let's go to the law, and what the law says must be done. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very, 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 very much for calling. You can also call us. Today, it is the viewers that are doing the show for us to enjoy. I think that one day we will just activate the phone lines and, the viewers will do their own analysis and we'll also sit here and listen to them. Not so? Good morning. Knock, knock. Anybody home? Knock, knock, knock. Anybody home? Dipku Ishmael, Old Traffic says, champion, if Ghana were to be any serious country, Godfred Dame
morning.
Should have been sacked and prosecuted. Good morning to you.
Kodi, I'm Kemojo from Asante region.
Thank you, sir. Asante region where? Asante region
Yeah, Asante region, Obogu to be precise.
Fantastic.
Okay. What the AG sought what the AG is not doing is just a political witch hunting. So the AG must bow his head down in shame and even resign. It's a clear plot that the NDC, the MPP has a lot in their minds. But come December 2024, we will show them the exit. So the Attorney General should put his head down in shame and even resign, because he doesn't need to represent us as a Minister of Justice.
Well, thank you very, very much for your call this morning. From the 𝐀𝐅𝐸𝐻 Wild Traffic, it says, Champion, if Ghana were to be any serious country, Godfrey Ndame should have been sacked and prosecuted. The alleged action by the AG is criminal and contemptuous. Why is the Ghana Bar Association quiet? Greetings to Chairman Bunas, NDC Regional Chairman, Upper West Region. This one says, good morning to you, KOD. It is only Ghanaians that can help Ghana. MPP, never again. A party that hates the truth and sees nothing wrong with their wrongdoings. 7 December, ID cards will do the talking. Bruce, 4 call from Navrongo. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, KOD.
Yes, sir. I salute, sir.
Yeah, this is Kuseni, Toron Constituency Deputy Communication Officer, NDC.
All right, sir. Go ahead.
Let me say good morning to my boss, Don. On your studios and your panels, Don.
Yeah.
And you see, it is no longer a surprise to every Ghanaian, KOD. MPP kept saying we have the men, but it is obvious now that they don't even have the women, not to talk of them. What kind of Attorney General is this? Look, and this has even come to confirm, if we all remember, what happened to Uncle Chachu Chikata in his case. We will not be surprised if some of these things were not what happened. How can you, an Attorney General, trying to forcefully force down on the truth of this just to convict someone? Is it a must to kill someone? If you cannot perform as government, is it his cause? And no wonder if we also remember, one of the MPP big men ever said it, that Ghanaians will witness a bitter leader if Nana Addo should become the president. It has come to pass. Who knows what is next? We are only lucky that Mr. Jaffa is able to bring out this. What we don't even know, we can't tell. Thank you.
Most grateful to you for your call this morning. Okay. Your boss says anytime you are in Accra, please pass by his office for some points. KOD, I have been trying to call but not getting you. But the actions of the AG calls for immediate dismissal. If I were him, I would tender in my resignation honorably, because he will definitely be sacked and must be sacked. Godfrey Ndame must go, or we call for impeachment of the president with immediate effect. Say to John Paul Tamale. Good morning. Agovia. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, Julius Agahowa, your message is quite lengthy. This AG's character makes me suspect he's made a lot of money from all these people arrested over Galamsey. Yes, both local and foreign. Make una look for that angle too. Chai, corruption, na cup of coffee for Ghana now. My name is Alaji. Good morning.
Good morning, KOD.
Knock. There. Yeah, may I know your name and where you're calling me from, sir?
My name is Kijapon and I'm calling from Bole.
Fantastic. Let's proceed.
I think the way Ghana is moving forward is sad as a country. This shows that our various courts, they have jailed people and they are innocent. I mean, this is my first time hearing that someone will influence someone this way and they will just prosecute innocent person. It's sad as a country. It's sad as a country. I think Ghana is not having good future. The way forward. We are fed up of these politicians.
Thank you.
They are too much greedy.
Thank you very much.
Today, a lot of people businesses are going down. You can imagine $1 with one head is able to buy 16 Ghana cedis. And our currency, you see about 6 men speeches, no value. It's a shame.
Thank you very much for your call. Thank you. Frank Obing Ofosu Chene says, please, don't be surprised if you hear the judge is changed on this case. Mohammed Ayuba, what will happen if election 2024 ends up in the court? Kaidebi Steve says, how can the AG instruct me, Jakpa, to go for a medical report against his will? Mr. Jakpa, you mean? This one says, it's from Rukaya Abubakar. Keori, what is happening in Ghana now is like an animal farm, and it's a shame to this disappointed AG. He is shameful, very, very shameful. Hadja Ruki, New York. Good morning. Knock, knock. Anybody home? Knock, knock. Anybody home?
Hello?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
KOD.
Yes, my boss. May I know your name and where you're calling me from, sir?
Good morning, KOD.
Good morning, sir.
This is your friend Ibrahim Mbila from Boga.
Hey, Mbila. That's bad.
Yeah, cool.
That's bad.
How's the family?
That's bad.
Oh, good. Yes. Yeah, in fact, I want to just add my little voice to what is actually happening in our country of late.
Go ahead.
In fact, KOD, seriously, we don't have a country. Very scandalized, very demoralized, and very saddened, and not actually proud being a Ghanaian under this dubious administration. KOD, I always, from last night, I was actually, lamenting and thinking to myself, do we know how many innocent people are languishing in our jails just because of the dubious and criminal nature of this Attorney General, the so-called Attorney General called Godfred Dame? Does he have conscience? Does he have instinct in which can actually tap him as a human being? In fact, I don't know what type of description to give to this kind of human beings. And yet these people shamelessly are they defending. In fact, I am a communicator for the NDC too in my region, but I always sympathize with the communicators of the MPP because they are compelled to come and sit down and say something. They are making it very difficult for them, and that is the most difficult job that I think that when it comes to the NPP of late. Just that they will not come out open to make it clear to everybody, but amongst themselves, they lament. It's very difficult for them. There's no day that will pass without these people actually committing errors. And they are criminal-minded. And the most painful thing is that I don't know how they look at Ghanaians. They think that we are so daft that we don't have brains to think. They are the only people, whatever they will scheme. So now the MPP now comes out to defend everything. Jane Mensah, they come to defend when they have their PROs when it comes to the EC. Then now the AG's office, they have their PRO, who they pay with our tax monies. And these people are not there. They're rather the MPP.
Thank you. I'm grateful.
Always complicating.
I'm grateful, Seidu. Thank you so much. Thank you. Julius Agahowa and Tahiru Asawase. Keoli, honestly speaking, have succeeded in destroying the country because of their selfish interests. But I want to assure Frank Davis that no amount of training can make a tortoise run fast. So NPP should stop wasting their time in defending the Minister of Injustice, Godfred Dame. Hashtag Godfred Dame must go. I've read your message, Julius Agahowa. I've read. Hey, Julius. Good morning to you, KOD. There's no law under this Danada and Bawumia-led administration. S. Jama from Wale. Hey, you are from Bawumia's town. Anyway, this one is from Edem Kojo in Tema. It says, okay, hi, good morning. Hello, knock, knock.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, please. May I know your name and where you're calling us from?
Yeah, my name is Noah. I'm calling from Botiano. Botiano English, I'm from constituency.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say something about the issue going on. I actually don't understand why our MPP people are nagging about this issue. Mr. K.O.D., I believe the Attorney General, the AJ has an office, right? If he does, I don't think the MPP, even though they have the right to say or have conferences over that, the MPP, I think they should relax. And the office of the AJ should rather come out with a statement, not the MPP, because the AJ has an office. So I don't understand why our MPP people are nagging or trying to protect the wrongdoing of a state attorney general. That's very bad. So I think it's the right thing to do rather, but they should relax for the office of the AJ to come up with something first. Thank you very much.
Most grateful to you for your call. Good morning to you, K.O.D. and your panelists. I want to know the following, please. Is the AG for Ghana or for MPP? If for Ghana, then why is the MPP coming out to defend him? Do we have any loss in the country at all? Why is the AG still opposed? Are we a serious country? A whole AG doesn't know the procurement procedures and terms. We are in a serious mess. God help us. From Edem Kojo in Tema. This one also said, where is it? Okay, right. This is my final caller for the day, and I'm done. Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, good morning, K.O.D.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is your invisible friend, Dennis 𝐌𝐎𝐑𝐿𝐴𝐷.
Oh, hey, Dennis 𝐌𝐎𝐑𝐿𝐴𝐷.
Yeah.
How are you?
This whole thing, there is nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong if you are in a classroom and you sleep and certain things, you overlook certain things. But sometimes you find it difficult, maybe for purposes of exam, you may try to be selective and pass your exam. But when opportunity presents itself in life, where you have to take certain responsibility, you go and educate yourself more. I listen, granted, allegedly, what happened yesterday, it is an allegation still. But from the audio that I heard, that the third person giving education to an attorney general, it is a disaster. On LC, it's a disaster. But you see, all these things, to contextualize this properly, ask the question, if it were the Bahama administration in power today, what the narrative would have been, then we'll begin to understand even the problem that our society has. What would have been the narrative if it was other governments, other people in power, and this thing came out yesterday? So I think if we were in a serious country today, the moral society should be mounting some kind of press conference demanding some answers to put our society in a better check. Other than that, our society, danger is ahead.
All right.
And it is something that we should be thinking about.
Thank you very much. I think I need to speak to my team so that we create another program called Speak Your Mind, specifically for the viewers. Bless, you will host it. Speak Your Mind. Speak Your Mind. On that note, thank you very much, Mr. Michael Ni-Abe, for your time this morning. I'm grateful. Thank you. And Mr. Michael Ni-Anan, thank you very much for your time this morning. So 2 Michaels, 2 Nis, Abe, Anan, A-A, A-B, A-N. I'll see you guys when I see you. I'll be in Tadi tomorrow. So, I'm not sure I will be with you tomorrow. But final message, Ibrahim Mbella says, K.O.D., is the AG even a Christian at all? Does he go to church? If he doesn't, I'll see you tomorrow or whenever I see you. Bye-bye.